Hey, welcome back everybody. It's great to be with you. It's been a little while since we've gotten together here. I've tried to keep going with these throughout the summer as things develop. So I don't know if you can tell where I am right now, but I'm in the space that's between the Wheeler Center and Raphael Arthur Residence Hall. This is where the two new residence halls are going to go, and today my understanding is they're actually going to start putting up the fencing around the construction area that's going to begin. So it's sort of an exciting day to actually begin to really see it. We've been talking about it. Now we're going to start to really see the progress being made. One thing that will be interesting for all of us this coming semester, and actually the next two semesters, is the traffic pattern here will change a little bit. As you know, we have our road that goes right by here that leads over to the tennis courts and so forth, and right across from the apartments. This part of the road is actually going to be closed off, and we're going to open up and make the thoroughfare, if you will, the road that goes right in front of the sidewalk, right in front of the apartments. That's actually going to be the way that when you're on this side of campus, you'll actually navigate your way around. So it'll take a little adjustment for all of us, but it's something that I think will work well. Alan Mark's done just a tremendous job of trying to figure this all out. I mean, you can imagine the logistics of putting up two pretty substantial residence halls that are going to house 360 students. That gives you a sense of the size of both buildings. But it's just wonderful. It's exciting to be here. The other things are happening as well. So with the breaking of the ground here and the fencing going up and so forth, it won't be long before they are looking at the construction over for the fields, the track, the artificial turf field, the sports building, and then also the Reedy tennis pavilion will be going and starting this summer as well. So a lot of activity, a lot of things happening. By the time people are back on campus in the fall, you should have a real sense of what's happening, what's going on. And to me, that's always kind of fun and exciting, and hopefully we'll all get a chance to utilize all these new things like when they come online. Also, the nursing facility is finished over at Sacred Heart. I was over there the other day, just beautiful. We had our board of trustees, we did a tour over there. Really just first rate, amazing. The technology and equipment that they have over there. The nursing staff is amazing, the faculty that we have. They're just really wonderful, good people. And then, you know, some of the other things happening here, I'll just mention that this is actually, I just completed today my 18th year of being president at Belmont Abbey. I remember back to the day that Abbot Placid had asked me if I would go to him to the Association of Benedictine Colleges and Universities. It was really ahead of my technical start date, and I said of course I would. So this is when I started. So this is the finishing of my 18. I guess I'll be going into 19, and we'll see what God has in store for me in the future. But the reason I bring it up, though, is I want to give a special thanks to my wife, Mary. She is just the most extraordinary person on earth to me. I mean, she is just remarkable in all ways. Her faithfulness, her intelligence, her artistic ability, and she, you know, sometimes is the one sort of behind the scenes that you don't get to see because I'm doing things like this. But let me tell you, I wouldn't be doing this and I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for her. So the two are one. We wouldn't be doing this unless we were both doing it together, and as well as my children. 10 children and now 2 son-in-laws and 3 granddaughters. They have all been an integral part of this and have made the sacrifice also for me to do this and for our family to be involved with this. But surely, this was surely a call for all of us to be here. And so this is done with joy and gladness, and again, just very happy. So special thank you, gratitude, and I love you, my wife, Mary. So I just wanted to make sure I got that out. This weekend, by the way, we're celebrating Juneteenth, which for those that may not be as familiar with it yet, is the freeing of the slaves that took place in Texas. The Emancipation Proclamation was signed approximately 2 years earlier, but the slaves in Texas had not heard about the emancipation, and so Union soldiers went into Galveston, Texas, and they announced to the slaves that they had actually been freed. And so even though there's other places where this happened, may have happened sooner and so forth, this is just a way of commemorating and focusing on the freeing of the slaves. So Delta Sanders, for those that may know her, she's with an organization here in Belmont, which is just, she's an incredible woman, of just such humility, such leadership, she's an inspiration. And she has done so much, and so just last week We actually had an airing of a new documentary on Juneteenth that was shown in the Haid. She was there, we had a lot of turnout, and actually 2 of the faculty from Belmont Abbey were actually in the video. Dr. Dan Hutchinson was in it, and Simon Donahue, who's the director of the Abbey Players. He was in it, but it was just extraordinarily well done, really well done production. And she led that whole thing and got that done. And then she also is the one leading and pulling everybody together to make the Juneteenth Festival in Belmont possible. So if you're around Belmont, I hope you'll have a chance to come down and celebrate with everybody. It's really, you know, she does such a wonderful job. It's about music and art and culture, and it's just food, and it's sort of just a nice time to bring the community together in downtown Belmont. So encourage you to do that. And birthdays, boy, I'm behind now because I haven't been doing this every week, so probably have to list them up on the screen just to keep track of them. But I know Dr. Trey Cunningham's birthday. I want to wish him well. He's the chair of the sports management department. Chris Barrett, our head men's lacrosse coach. Miss Trish Barker, who's financial aid counselor. Mr. Justin Bass, just a wonderful good man that just does so much for his assistant athletic director. Mrs. Hannah Gutowski, athletic trainer. Miss Julie Hodge, who's our associate director of financial aid. I mentioned Dan Hutchinson in the video. It's also his birthday as well. He's our assistant professor of history here. Mr. Tony Milley, who's the head softball coach. Brother Paul Shanley of the monastery. It's his birthday, June 12th actually. Dr. Matthew Siebert, who's assistant professor of philosophy. Miss Gail Warlick, who has been involved with the Abbey, I think, for over 40 years. She is the assistant to Abbot Placid and the chancellor, but she had been involved in the college earlier on. Miss Ashley White is assistant professor of mathematics. Mr. Nicholas Whitrow is the head rugby coach, and Miss Hannah Dansky as assistant professor here as well. So if you see them, please be sure to give a shout out, whether it's an email or in person or a phone call, just wishing them a very happy birthday. It's one of the special things about the Abbey is that we really do care about each other, and it's things like this. We're just wishing people anniversaries and birthdays, and just, you know, being with them in good times and bad times. And so wish them all a great day, a great blessing. We're blessed that they were born, and we're blessed that they're here at the Abbey. So with that, I hope to see you again. Not quite sure what the next date will be. I'm going to be on vacation here for, I think, the next maybe couple of weeks. So might not see you until we get into July. But look forward to seeing you then. I hope you all have a blessed, peaceful, pleasant, recuperative summer. And I'll talk to you soon. Take care and God bless.